Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about something deeply personal yet universally shared, the experience of waiting for the right person. Now, I want to challenge the conventional thinking around love. Many people spend their lives chasing after a soulmate, but what if I told you that the real miracle isn't about finding someone, but rather about becoming someone? You see, when God is preparing you for your soulmate, there are three powerful miracles that will transform your life. Let's take a closer look at them. When God is preparing you for your soulmate, the first miracle you will experience is the profound transformation that occurs within you. This process of change is not just about becoming a better version of yourself for someone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself for you, for your life's purpose, and for the future that lies ahead. In every moment of personal growth, God is shaping your character. He's working on your mindset, your emotions, and your inner being to ensure that you're ready to both receive love and give it in a healthy, sustainable way. Transformation is an ongoing process, but it begins when you start to realize that your journey is not about waiting for someone to come into your life, but rather it's about becoming someone who is whole and complete in themselves. The truth is, before you can truly love someone else, you must first learn to love yourself. Now, I'm not talking about a shallow love or self-obsession. I'm talking about the kind of love that sees your worth and understands that you are enough as you are. God doesn't want you to settle for anything less than a life that reflects the greatness He has placed within you. When you start to recognize this, you begin to realize that your true value is not defined by your relationship status, but by who you are as a person. Self-transformation is also about your emotional health. For many of us, past experiences, past relationships, and past wounds have left scars. These scars may not be visible on the outside, but they influence the way we relate to others, the way we view love, and the way we see ourselves. God knows this. He knows what's inside of you, and He's preparing you by healing your heart, renewing your spirit, and guiding you to a place where you can love without fear and without emotional baggage. It's an incredible process, but it's necessary if you're to have a relationship built on trust, mutual respect, and true love. God works on your mindset during this period too. He will help you see the world differently, shifting your perspective on life, love, and what you truly need in a partner. As you grow emotionally and spiritually, you begin to align with a higher frequency, one that attracts not just anyone, but the right person. This transformation is not an immediate fix, but rather a gradual shift that takes place as you begin to let go of old habits, negative self-talk, and limiting beliefs. Instead of focusing on what you don't have or what's missing, you start focusing on what you do have and what's possible. You begin to see the world through the lens of abundance, not scarcity. You stop worrying about whether or not you'll meet someone and instead focus on becoming the person you're meant to be. You start to realize that a healthy relationship begins with a healthy self. Transformation in this context is about learning that you are worthy of a love that complements your life, not completes it. It is only when you embrace your own worth and value that you are in a position to attract a partner who recognizes and values you for who you truly are. Now, this kind of transformation isn't always easy. It can be uncomfortable, challenging, and even painful at times. But remember, growth happens in discomfort. God is not preparing you by shielding you from life's difficulties. He's using those very challenges to shape you into someone who is strong, resilient, and emotionally mature. He's building your character so that you can not only handle the blessings He is preparing for you, but so you can also handle the ups and downs of life with grace and wisdom. What does this look like in real life? It may look like facing your fears and stepping out of your comfort zone. It may mean confronting past hurts and healing old wounds. It might even involve taking a step back from relationships or situations that no longer serve you so you can focus on personal growth. In some cases, it could mean learning how to be content and happy on your own before someone else enters the picture. You might find yourself shedding toxic habits and relationships, discovering new passions, or perhaps even rethinking your entire approach to life. This transformation can manifest in many different ways, but the common thread is that you are becoming a stronger, more aligned version of yourself. And as you do, you'll begin to attract the kind of person who resonates with the true, authentic you. God's preparation for your soulmate isn't about changing who you are. It's about revealing who you were always meant to be. It's about uncovering the depths of your soul and aligning your heart with a future that is rich with love, purpose, and fulfillment. When this transformation takes place, you'll no longer feel desperate or rushed to find love. Instead, you will be at peace with the fact that love is a natural byproduct of who you are becoming. You'll know that when the time is right, the right person will enter your life, not because you were looking for them, but because you were ready to receive them. As you embrace this transformation, you'll also find that you have more to offer in a relationship. You'll have emotional depth, self-confidence, and an understanding of your worth. You'll know that your value doesn't come from external validation, but from the inner strength and peace that God has instilled in you. This makes you a more balanced, giving partner, one who is capable of nurturing and supporting a loving, long-term relationship. In conclusion, the miracle of self-transformation that occurs when God is preparing you for your soulmate is a beautiful process of growth. It's a journey that leads you to a place of inner peace, emotional maturity, and spiritual alignment. It may not always be easy, but it is always worth it. As you undergo this transformation, remember that you are being prepared for something extraordinary, not just for a partner, but for a love that is destined to be fulfilling, harmonious, and lasting. And that, my friends, is the first miracle on your path to finding your soulmate. The second miracle that happens when God is preparing you for your soulmate is the gift of clarity and purpose. This miracle is about more than just knowing what you want in a partner. It's about gaining insight into who you are, what you need, and what you deserve in a relationship. It's the kind of clarity that comes from a deep understanding of your life's purpose, your values, and your vision for the future. The third step, it's about understanding that the right relationship will enhance your life, not complete it. In the early stages of life and relationships, we often make choices based on external factors, attraction, companionship, or even loneliness. These choices may feel right at the moment, but as we grow and evolve, we start to realize that these surface-level connections don't align with our deeper needs. The miracle of clarity begins when you start to look inward rather than outward for fulfillment. Instead of seeking someone to fill a void, you begin to seek someone who aligns with the life you are building. As God works in your life, He helps you understand the bigger picture. He reveals to you that love is not just about finding someone who makes you feel good in the moment. It's about discovering a partner who shares your values, supports your goals, and walks alongside you as you pursue your purpose. You begin to realize that a soulmate is not just someone who for you in the superficial sense, but someone who challenges you, pushes you to grow, and supports you in becoming the best version of yourself. This process of gaining clarity requires time and reflection. Often it involves taking a step back from the desire for a relationship and focusing on your own growth. During this period, God helps you see the things that truly matter. You start to evaluate what you want in life, not just in terms of romance, but in all aspects of your being, your career, your dreams, your spiritual path, and your emotional well-being. This is the moment when you stop seeking validation or approval from others and begin to trust your own judgment, knowing that you are worthy of a love that complements the life you are creating. One of the most powerful elements of this clarity is the understanding that your soulmate is not just a person who fits neatly into your life, but a partner who will walk with you through all the ups and downs. You come to understand that a relationship is not a destination, but a journey. And in that journey, both individuals must grow and evolve. You begin to recognize that your soulmate will be someone who challenges you to be better, who encourages you in your weaknesses, and who shares a vision of life that aligns with your own. You realize that you cannot settle for someone who does not share the same core values or who is not aligned with your purpose. This clarity also involves understanding what love truly means. It's not the kind of fleeting, superficial love that often dominates popular culture. True love is deep, enduring, and built on a foundation of mutual respect, trust, and support. When God is preparing you for your soulmate, He helps you redefine love in a way that goes beyond the physical and emotional attraction. Love becomes a sacred partnership in which both individuals contribute to the relationship, grow together, and build a future. You begin to recognize that true love requires commitment, effort, and sacrifice. As you gain clarity about your needs and desires, you also begin to understand your own worth. You come to realize that you deserve a love that honors your uniqueness, respects your individuality, and values the person you are becoming. No longer will you settle for relationships that drain you, that don't encourage you to grow, or that don't align with your dreams. You start to believe that you are worthy of the kind of love that lifts you up, encourages you, and helps you become the person you were always meant to be. This clarity helps you avoid toxic relationships and ensures that when you do meet the right person, you will be able to recognize them and appreciate what they bring to your life. Furthermore, clarity in this context also helps you understand the type of relationship you want to build. You start to recognize that a successful relationship is not built on perfection, but on understanding, communication, and compromise. You begin to see that the right partner is not someone who fulfills all of your expectations in a flawless manner, but someone who shares your values and is willing to work alongside you to create something beautiful. This insight helps you prepare for the challenges that will inevitably arise in any relationship. And you begin to understand that love is a continual choice to grow, learn, and build together. Another critical aspect of clarity is the realization that you are not in a rush. When you have a clear understanding of what you want, what you deserve, and what your purpose is, you stop feeling desperate for a relationship. Instead of chasing after love, you focus on becoming the best version of yourself. And you trust that when the time is right, the right person will enter your life. You understand that everything is happening according to God's perfect timing, and you no longer feel the pressure to settle or rush into something that doesn't align with your purpose. Ultimately, the miracle of clarity and purpose is not just about knowing what you want in a soulmate. It's about gaining a deeper understanding of yourself and your place in the world. It's about recognizing that love is a natural extension of a fulfilling life, not something that you need to chase or force. As God prepares you for your soulmate, He guides you to a place where you can fully embrace who you are, where you're going, and who you're meant to be with. This clarity brings peace, confidence, and a deep sense of trust in the process. You begin to see that love is not about finding someone to complete you, but about finding someone who enhances the life you're already building. And that, my friends, is the second miracle that occurs when God is preparing. The third miracle that unfolds when God is preparing you for your soulmate is the transformation of your ability to embrace patience and trust. This miracle, often the most challenging, is about learning to surrender your timeline and control, trusting that God's plan for your life is unfolding in the perfect moment. It's easy to become frustrated or disheartened when things don't happen on our own schedule, especially when it comes to matters of love. We live in a world that emphasizes instant gratification and quick results, but when it comes to building a meaningful, lasting relationship, patience is a vital and powerful force. When God is preparing you for your soulmate, you may find yourself in a period of waiting. Waiting for the right person to appear, waiting for the right circumstances to align, and waiting for that perfect moment when everything falls into place. At first, this waiting can feel uncomfortable. It can stir up doubts, questions, and impatience. But this is precisely where God works His miracle. He doesn't just bring you a soulmate when you feel ready. Instead, He uses the waiting period to refine your heart and your spirit, building in you the qualities that will allow you to both receive and offer love in its purest form. Patience is not a passive experience, it's an active one. During this period, you are not just sitting idly by, hoping for the best. You are being refined. Patience requires self-discipline and trust. You learn to trust that God's timing is perfect and that He is not withholding anything from you. The waiting doesn't mean you are being ignored or forgotten. Look, on the contrary, it means that God is preparing you for something more profound, something more meaningful than you could ever have imagined for yourself. Trusting in that process requires faith that surpasses your understanding. This faith, this trust, becomes a cornerstone of the waiting period. When you trust that God's plan is greater than your own, you begin to let go of the urge to rush or force things. You realize that love, like everything of true value, cannot be rushed. It has to be nurtured, developed, and grown at its own pace. Much like a tree that takes time to grow strong roots before it can bear fruit, your relationship must go through its own process of growth, preparing both you and your soulmate to meet at the right moment. The miracle of trust occurs when you finally understand that you don't need to worry about when or how love will arrive, because it is already on its way in God's perfect timing. Patience also teaches you a powerful lesson in self-reliance. As you wait for your soulmate, you learn to find peace and contentment in your own company. You realize that your life is complete, not because you have a partner, but because you are whole in yourself. You stop looking for external validation and start cultivating a deep inner peace that comes from within. This peace comes from knowing that you are enough and that the right person will come into your life when the time is right. You learn that being single doesn't mean you are incomplete. It means you are on a journey of growth, developing into the person you need to be in order to build a healthy, fulfilling relationship when the time comes. Trusting God's timing also allows you to focus on your own personal growth. During this waiting period, you have the opportunity to invest in yourself, your passions, your goals, your purpose. You are given the space to grow emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, becoming the person who will not only be ready for love, but will be able to give love in its fullest form. The more you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, the more you will naturally attract someone who is equally committed to their own growth and is ready to build a meaningful partnership. This mutual growth becomes the foundation for a lasting relationship built on respect, admiration, and shared goals. In addition to learning patience and trust, you also discover the importance of timing in all areas of your life. He orchestrates your life in ways that may not make sense in the moment, but always lead to the best outcomes in the long run. When you trust in His timing, you free yourself from the pressure of societal expectations and start living life on your own terms, knowing that when the right person is ready, they will arrive in your life in the perfect moment. The miracle of patience and trust also changes the way you approach relationships. Instead of rushing into a relationship out of fear of being alone or following a checklist of superficial traits, you begin to understand the importance of waiting for someone who truly aligns with who you are and what you need. You no longer settle for relationships that don't meet your emotional or spiritual needs, and you stop trying to change or fix others to fit into your life. Instead, you wait for someone who complements your journey and shares your vision for the future. This patience cultivates discernment, allowing you to recognize the right person when they appear. Moreover, as you embrace patience and trust, you also become more prepared to handle the challenges that will come in any relationship. Waiting for the right person teaches you resilience and emotional maturity. It teaches you that love is not a fairy tale, but a partnership that requires effort, compromise, and understanding. You understand that when the right person enters your life, the relationship will not be free from difficulties, but it will be built on a foundation of mutual respect, communication, and unwavering trust. In conclusion, the miracle of patience and trust is about surrendering your need for control and trusting in God's perfect timing. It's about learning to be content in your current season, embracing your own growth, and having faith that the right person will come into your life at the right time. As you trust in this process, you become more prepared to receive love in its purest form. You stop rushing the journey and start enjoying the process, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. When the right time arrives, you will be ready, and so will your soulmate. The fourth miracle you will experience when God is preparing you for your soulmate is the incredible sense of healing and emotional restoration that takes place. It's easy to forget that before you can truly open yourself up to love, you must first heal from past wounds, past heartaches, and emotional scars. These emotional injuries, often carried over from previous relationships, family dynamics, or personal struggles, can weigh heavily on your heart and prevent you from fully embracing the love that God has prepared for you. But the miracle of healing begins when you allow God to enter those painful areas of your life and begin to restore your emotional well-being. Healing is a transformative journey. It's not just about forgetting the past or pretending that everything is okay. Healing is a deep personal process that requires time, introspection, and above all, a willingness to face the pain and trauma that you've experienced. It's about allowing yourself to feel the hurt and acknowledging the areas of your life that need attention. When God is preparing you for your soulmate, He knows that emotional healing is essential for creating a strong, healthy foundation for any future relationship. This healing process may not be quick, but it is necessary for you to become emotionally ready to receive love in its fullest form. At times, you may not even realize how much emotional baggage you're carrying. We can often convince ourselves that we've moved on from past hurts, only to find that certain issues resurface when we start thinking about opening our hearts to someone new. It could be old patterns of insecurity, fear of rejection, or mistrust in others. These emotional barriers are like walls that block us from fully experiencing the joy of a loving and fulfilling relationship. God knows that in order to build a lasting relationship, those walls need to come down, and He works in powerful ways to break them down, one brick at a time. As you begin to heal, God will lead you through moments of introspection. You may find yourself reflecting on past relationships, looking back at the ways you've been hurt, and questioning the decisions you've made. But this isn't about placing blame or dwelling in regret. It's about understanding what went wrong and recognizing the lessons you've learned from those experiences. Each painful chapter in your life carries a lesson, and God will help you discern those lessons so that you can grow stronger and wiser from them. Healing is not just about forgiveness. It's also about understanding, accepting, and growing from your past experiences so that you don't carry their weight into the future. In this process of healing, you will also discover the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a key component of emotional restoration, not just for others, but also for yourself. Sometimes we hold on to past hurts and mistakes because we don't feel that the other person has received justice. But holding on to anger and resentment only keeps us stuck in a cycle of pain. The miracle of healing happens when you finally release those emotions and let go of the bitterness that has been consuming you. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing the wrongs that have been done to you. It means freeing yourself from the power that those wrongs have over you. When you forgive, you create space in your heart for new love and new possibilities. Alongside forgiveness, healing also requires you to reclaim your emotional strength and self-worth. In past relationships or painful situations, you may have internalized negative beliefs about yourself. Thoughts like, I'm not enough, or I don't deserve love. These beliefs, though untrue, can shape the way you approach future relationships. The miracle of healing is when you come to realize that your worth is not defined by past experiences or mistakes. You are worthy of love, respect, and happiness, not because of what you've done or haven't done, but because you are a beloved child of God. This realization becomes a powerful shift, allowing you to open your heart to the idea that you are deserving of the kind of love you desire. When you embrace your true worth, you stop settling for relationships that don't honor you and start attracting people who respect and value you for who you truly are. Another significant part of healing is learning to trust again. After experiencing betrayal, heartbreak, or disappointment, it can be incredibly difficult to open your heart to someone new. But God knows that in order to experience the deep, lasting love He has planned for you, you must learn to trust again, first in yourself and then in others. This doesn't mean rushing into relationships or letting down your guard too quickly. Trust is built slowly and steadily, one step at a time. God will help you heal the wounds of broken trust by teaching you how to discern healthy, trustworthy relationships, and by giving you the strength to trust others without fear of being hurt. Healing also involves learning to love yourself. Often we look for love in others because we don't feel whole or complete within ourselves. But the miracle of healing is when you realize that the greatest love story you will ever experience is the one you have with yourself. As you work through your past wounds, you learn to nurture yourself, to care for your emotional needs, and to embrace the beautiful, unique person you are. This self-love is not rooted in vanity or arrogance. It's a deep, genuine appreciation for who you are at your core. When you learn to love yourself in this way, you're able to enter a relationship with a sense of wholeness and confidence, knowing that you don't need someone to complete you. You're already complete. In this process, you also begin to heal from the fear of being vulnerable. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, especially if you've been hurt in the past. But it is one of the most beautiful and necessary components of a healthy, loving relationship. The miracle of healing allows you to open up again, to let someone see the real you, with all your flaws, hopes, and dreams. When you embrace vulnerability, you invite deeper, more meaningful connections that are built on trust, empathy, and authentic love. In conclusion, the miracle of healing and emotional restoration is a powerful and essential part of God's preparation for your soulmate. It is a journey of releasing the past, forgiving, and learning to trust and love again. As you heal, you become emotionally ready to experience a love that is pure, authentic, and fulfilling. You no longer carry the weight of past hurt, and you open yourself up to the possibility of a relationship that reflects the love, grace, and beauty that God has intended for you. Through this process, you are restored, strengthened, and ready to receive the soulmate who is also on their own journey of growth and healing. And when that moment arrives, you will experience the miracle of a love that is built on a foundation of emotional wholeness and trust. The fifth and final miracle that you will experience when God is preparing you for your soulmate is the extraordinary gift of emotional readiness and openness. Emotional readiness is the culmination of all the growth, healing, and clarity you've experienced throughout your journey. It's the point at which you're no longer just hoping for love or waiting for it to arrive. It's the moment when you are fully capable of offering love in a healthy, mature, and selfless way. God has worked on your heart, mind, and soul, and now you are emotionally prepared to give and receive love freely, without fear, hesitation, or reservation. Being emotionally ready means you have reached a place in your life where you have released the fears, doubts, and insecurities that once held you back from fully embracing the idea of a loving, committed relationship. You no longer carry emotional baggage or unresolved issues that could hinder your ability to build a healthy connection with another person. Instead, you have created space in your heart to welcome a love that is rooted in trust, mutual respect, and genuine care. Your spiritual wealth, friend, your relationship, means guaranteeing that your physical mind and body are clean slates. Why not to you? Emotional readiness involves being prepared to not only receive love, but also to give it in a way that enhances your relationship rather than draining it. You are no longer seeking love out of need or desperation. You are seeking a partner with whom you can share your life and your dreams. Someone who complements your growth, rather than someone who is required to complete you. One of the most profound aspects of emotional readiness is the ability to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in truth, it is one of the strongest qualities you can possess in a relationship. When you are emotionally ready, you are able to open your heart without fear of being judged, rejected, or hurt. You can share your true self, your dreams, fears, imperfections, and desires without hesitation, because you have learned to accept and love yourself fully. In turn, you are able to create an environment where your partner can also be vulnerable with you, leading to a deeper emotional connection and a stronger bond. Vulnerability fosters intimacy and trust, two essential pillars of any lasting relationship. Emotional readiness also means that you are no longer holding on to past hurts or mistakes. You've forgiven yourself and others, and you've healed from previous wounds. You are no longer trapped by the fear of repeating past mistakes or allowing past pain to define your future. This doesn't mean that you've forgotten the lessons you've learned along the way, but it means that you've grown from those experiences and are now in a place where you can approach a new relationship with an open heart and a clean slate. You understand that every person is different and that each relationship deserves to be treated with a fresh perspective and a spirit of trust. Alongside vulnerability and healing, emotional readiness requires the ability to communicate effectively. When you are emotionally prepared for a soulmate, you are able to express your needs, desires, and concerns openly and honestly, without fear of conflict or misunderstanding. You've learned the importance of clear and compassionate communication in building a strong. You know that true love is not just about grand gestures and romantic moments, but about the small, everyday conversations that create understanding, foster connection, and resolve conflicts. You've learned that healthy communication is essential for building trust and intimacy, and you are ready to engage in that kind of honest, respectful dialogue with your partner. Furthermore, emotional readiness involves a deep understanding of what it takes to build a lasting, healthy relationship. You are no longer idealizing the concept of love or expecting perfection from your future partner. Instead, you approach love with a realistic understanding of its challenges and rewards. You recognize that a strong relationship requires hard work, mutual respect, compromise, and commitment. Emotional readiness means that you are ready to put in the effort to nurture and grow the relationship over time, not expecting everything to be smooth sailing, but instead knowing that every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow together. You are prepared to face the ups and downs of life as a team rather than as individuals, and you understand that real love is built on shared values, mutual support, and a deep commitment to each other's happiness and well-being. Another critical aspect of emotional readiness is the ability to set healthy boundaries. When you are emotionally ready for your soulmate, you understand the importance of maintaining your individuality while being part of a partnership. You know that a healthy relationship is one in which both partners respect each other's personal space, goals, and dreams. You are not looking for a relationship to define you, but rather to complement the person you already are. Emotional readiness means that you have a strong sense of self and can maintain your own identity and sense of purpose, even within the context of a loving relationship. You are not seeking a partner to fulfill your every need, but rather to grow and build together in a way that allows both individuals to thrive. Emotional readiness also means that you have the emotional intelligence to navigate complex situations and emotions. You are aware of your own feelings and able to manage them in a healthy way, and you are also attuned to the emotions of others. This ability to empathize and understand your partner's feelings allows for a deeper level of connection and emotional intimacy. You know that love is not just about being there for the good times, but also about supporting each other through the difficult moments. When you are emotionally ready, you have the tools to navigate the challenges that come with any relationship, whether they are emotional, financial, or personal, with grace, understanding, and patience. Ultimately, emotional readiness is the realization that love is not about finding someone who will make you happy, but about being ready to share your happiness, your life, and your future with someone else. It's about knowing that you are whole and complete on your own, and that your soulmate will not complete you, but rather join you on a journey of mutual growth, love, and support. This readiness creates the perfect foundation for a loving, lasting partnership that is built on shared values, mutual respect, and an unwavering commitment to each other's happiness. In conclusion, emotional readiness and openness represent the final miracle you experience when God is preparing you for your soulmate. This miracle is about being emotionally mature, healed, and capable of offering love in its purest, most selfless form. It's the moment when you are fully capable of connecting with someone on a deep, meaningful level. And when you can build a relationship that is grounded in trust, communication, and mutual growth. Emotional readiness is the key that unlocks the door to a relationship that is not only healthy and fulfilling, but also transformative. It is the final step in the process of becoming the person you need to be in order to experience the love that God has prepared for you.